Hi guys and welcome. So in this video we're going to be going through a review on the GTi Pro Lite from DeVilbiss. This is a spray gun that I've tried once before and I have to say I didn't like it. So I thought, I've had a lot of people ask, I'll go back to this spray gun because I've seen a lot of good things about it and I will try it again. So I've got it in the 1.3 setup and I've got it with the T110 air cap because I want a spray gun really that's best suited for HS clears. Now at this stage when I did this Corvette Stingray, I've already used this a few times, so I've got it dialed in. If you follow me on Instagram you'll know that the first few cars I did with it came out really well, and by this stage I'd got my settings how I wanted it. Now I'd got a feel for the gun, and lacquer wise I'm running the liquid glass through this. I think the two actually make a really good match. I haven't, what's the best way of putting it, compared to my W400, my Iwata, I'd say it lays it a lot nicer and a lot heavier and a lot flatter. My Iwata has always been my go-to gun for lacquer since I bought it. I'm not getting rid of that at the moment because I've got a bit of a project to do with that. So basically what I've ended up doing is I've now kept this as my HS clear gun, and for the time being I'm going to keep my Iwata as my MS clear gun. So I mentioned before, I tried one of these before, and if you've watched a few of the videos you'll know that I've tried one of these before, and I have to say the first time I tried it I hated it. I'd rather give you an honest answer than say, oh yeah, you know, I tried this spray gun the first time around and I thought it was amazing, but I didn't buy one. Why didn't I buy one? The biggest thing for me not buying one was the fact that I was very naive to all the different setups. When DeVilbiss brought this gun out, obviously it's got, I think, 4 different air caps, and each air cap has its own use and its own advantage. So there's different ones for base, there's different ones for clear, whether it be HS, MS. Different ones suit different products and different applications. So if you want an OEM finish, then this T110 cap probably isn't the cap for you. I went for this cap because it's the smooth applier. Now, not because I want to go for glass finish on every single job, but a lot of the work that I do is work a bit like this Corvette. It's mostly older stuff and custom stuff and resprays, so we always have the option to put down the nicest finish that we can on the car, because we're not trying to match a factory peel or anything like that. So I've just bought this spray gun from Spray Guns Direct. I go there for all my spray guns because I think price wise, quality wise, and service wise they're pretty much the best around really for getting your spray guns. I stumbled across them by chance on the internet once, and they do, you know, online they've got really good prices. I just went straight on their website, ordered the setup that I wanted, and had the clear stamp on it so that I know that this is purely going to be a HS clear gun. And like I said before, the biggest thing with these guns I think is do your research on which cap you're going to buy. If you want a gun that's brilliant for base, look at the caps, pick your cap to suit what you want to put in this gun and what you want to use it for. That's the mistake that I made when I first used one. I thought this was kind of a gun a bit like my Iwata, if you want. I could just pick it up, chuck anything in it, spray it on, and I tried it once on a Range Rover, not this gun, the previous one that someone lent me. I put base in it and it was throwing it on well too thick, well too heavy, and I just didn't like it. So I never went back to it. And now, I have to say, I've had this gun about 3 weeks, and every job I seem to be able to just get that little bit better and that little bit better and that little bit better. But the first job came out like glass, and they've just got that touch smoother and I managed to get that touch wetter as I've gone on. Now so far I've had no issues with runs or anything, I've had no issues with it going on too heavy. I find that the setup I was recommended for it was on the fluid turns, etc., was a little too heavy. We haven't got the best heating in our booth, so I went for 1 3/4 turns out on the first coat of clear, which gave it a nice wet closed coat, and then I settled at 2 turns out on the second coat, both at 2 bar of pressure, both at a full fan. That gave this spray gun a really nice wet finish on the car with the lacquer, and really nice and flat. Now this lacquer, personally, I found that if you can get your boob running to about 18 to 20 degrees, it goes on and it flows out beautifully. It will go on and flow out, and it will be as flat as you can get it. I did a job on a silver car the other day with this, and it was only a quick trade job really. A little scuff on the bumper. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that on the Citroen. And it was basically, you do the quarter, quick blow into the bumper with it, and I put it on. I managed to settle the boob at about 20 degrees. Put the liquid glass on with the boob running at that, and it flowed out within seconds, tacked off nice and quick, and I put the second coat on about 5 minutes later, came back about 5 minutes after finishing the second coat, and it had just glassed out. It was perfect. I needed the tiniest little bit of a nib where there was a bit of dust in it, and just a little bit of a polish where we'd put a blend in bumper, and it was straight out, done, dusted, no messing around. Spray gun wise, you know, I'm a bit of a fan of my DeVilbiss guns anyway. I've obviously got 2 FLGs that I run, and I have to say, after buying this Pro Light, I don't know why I didn't go back to trying one before, but as I say, it was purely the fact that I was a bit too naive about the setups. And these days I do a lot more research into my guns, into my products, and I think that's a big key to getting the best you can out of a spray gun, or out of a lacquer, or out of the car that you're painting, is make sure you do your research on what you're using. You know, not every lacquer's the same, not every spray gun's the same, and you can't treat them that way. So marks out of 10 for this gun. It's nice and light. Paint wise, I'd say it's more efficient than my Iwata's. With this air cap, it lays it on really nice and flat, as you'll see in the pictures at the end. For the money, I don't think you can fault it. I've used, compared to my Iwata, if I had the choice again, I'd probably have bought this over my Iwata, just because it is such a nice gun to use. And they're a good looking gun, they're really nice, well made, really good quality, and for the money, don't think you can go wrong one bit really. So personally, for me, marks out of 10, I'd give this gun a 10 out of 10. Full HS clear. I can't comment for water base through it. I can't comment for solvent base coat through it. I can't comment for MS clear through it. I will be buying more caps as funds allow, and as I buy more caps, I'll put more reviews up of the same gun but with the different caps, just so you can get an idea for what the gun spray is like in each setup that's available, and try and give you the best rough setup advice that I can. But for what I bought this gun for, running the HS clear through it, and it's going to be solely used for HS clear this, then I have to say it's done exactly what I wanted it to. For the money, you can't fault it. You know, it's been a brilliant gun from the start. I'm a couple of weeks into using it now, and I really love it. It's doing it every time exactly how I want it. Putting the lacquer down, really nice, really wet. And like I say, I've tweaked my settings so it doesn't go down quite as heavy. I find it gives you a really nice finish, because even though this liquid glass is a very thick clear, this spray gun with this cap really does atomize this paint perfectly for the thicker clears. So I'm going to leave this video here now. If you've got any comments or questions, as always, drop them in the box below. But as far as I'm concerned, this GTi Pro Light in the 1.3 with the T110 cap gets a massive thumbs up from me. If any of you are thinking about buying it and you want to ask any more questions, or you've got any questions with this compared to the other guns that I've reviewed or the other guns that I've used, then feel free, just drop us a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And don't forget, if you're new to the channel, give the video a like, hit that subscribe button. We've got fresh content going up all the time, spray gun reviews, product reviews. So we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.